One of the causes in the Civil War was the Dred Scott decision. Dred Scott was a slave who sought citizenship through the American legal system and whose case eventually ended up in the Supreme Court. The famous Dred Scott decision in 1857 denied his request, stating that no person with African blood could become a U.S. citizen. Besides denying citizenship for African Americans, it also overturned the Missouri Compromise of 1820, which had restricted slavery in certain U.S. territories. Another reason was states. States' rights refers to the struggle between the federal government and individual states over political power. This struggle focused heavily on the institution of slavery and whether the federal government had the right to regulate or even abolish slavery within an individual state. Another reason for the Civil War was Harriet Beecher Stowe's Uncle Tom's Cabin. Harriet Beecher Stowe's anti-slavery novel, Uncle Tom's Cabin, was published in serial form in anti-slavery newspapers in 1851 and in book format in 1852. Within 2 years, it was a nationwide and worldwide bestseller. Depicting the evils of slavery, it offered a vision of slavery that few in the nation had seen before. The book succeeded at its goal, which was the start of a wave of anti-slavery sentiment across the nation. Upon meeting Stowe, President Lincoln remarked, "So you're the little woman who wrote the book that started this great war." Another cause for the Civil War was John Brown. In Kansas specifically, violent clashes between proponents of the two ideologies occurred. One abolitionist in particular became famous or infamous, depending on the point of view, for battles that caused the deaths of pro-slavery settlers in Kansas. His name was John Brown. Ultimately, he left Kansas to carry his fight closer to the blossom of slavery. The final straw for the South to start the Civil War was the election of Abraham Lincoln. The South thought Abraham Lincoln would completely abolish slavery, so after he got elected, the Southern states started seceding from the Union and formed the Confederate States of America, and thus started the Civil War. After the Battle of Antietam, Abraham Lincoln declared that all states in rebellion shall no longer have slavery. This action was one of the main foundations of the 13th Amendment, which state that slavery was banned in all states. After the Civil War officially ended, we began to see the nation reunite. This was no union now, and Southern states were not allowed to secede from the United States. Congress would eventually pass the Reconstruction Act of 1867, which placed the South under military rule. The South was divided into 5 total military districts, which each having a general in charge. The American economy thrived after the Civil War as well. This was mostly due to the Second Industrial Revolution. We saw a variety of advancements and improvements during this time. Overall, the Civil War was one of the worst things to ever happen in the United States. We saw thousands upon thousands of deaths, but it was leading a force in ending slavery and overall bringing the United States together as one.